Hello and welcome to the channel. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has rejected Tinubu's proposed 500 billion naira subsidy palliatives, saying it is way too small to ameliorate the sufferings of the Nigerian workers, insisting that salaries should be given a 300% hike first and foremost. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. NLC protests Tinubu's 500 billion naira subsidy palliative, demands 300% pay rise. The Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress have turned down the 500 billion naira palliative proposed by President Bola Tinubu, stating that it is grossly inadequate to assuage the hardships confronting workers equal to the fuel subsidy removal. They are demanding a 300% salary increase to enable workers to cope with the challenges imposed by the deteriorating economic situation that came with the removal of the controversial fuel subsidy. On Wednesday, the President wrote to the House of Representatives seeking approval for 500 billion naira to cushion the effects of petrol subsidy removal. Tinubu's request was contained in a letter sent to the National Assembly and read during plenary by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas. The President had announced the petrol subsidy removal during his inaugural address on 29 May 2023 in response to claims that the subsidy regime favored the rich more than the average Nigerians, among other reasons. In his letter, the President proposed an amendment to the 2022 Supplementary Appropriation Act. It read, "I write to the House of Reps to approve the amendment of the 2022 Supplementary Appropriation Act in accordance with the attached. The request has become necessarily important to, among other things, the source for funds necessary to provide palliatives to mitigate the effect of the removal of fuel subsidy on Nigerians. Thus, the sum of 500 billion naira only has been extracted from the 2022 Supplementary Act of 819 billion, 536,937,815 naira for the provision of palliative to cushion the effect of petrol subsidy removal." The President said he hoped the lawmakers would consider his request expeditiously. The House is expected to hold a plenary today on the President's request. Last December, the National Assembly passed a supplementary budget of 819 billion naira for the 2022 fiscal year and also extended the implementation of the 2022 budget till March 31st, 2023. In May, the National Assembly passed the amendments to the 2022 supplementary budget to extend the implementation of the capital components to December 2023. But unimpressed by the amount contained in the President's letter, the NLC noted that the money will not be enough to cater for 125 million Nigerians who are believed to be living in poverty. The National Treasurer of the NLC, Hakeem Ambali, who spoke in an interview with our correspondent in Abuja, questioned the extent to which the palliative would cover. When asked if the amount will be sufficient, he said, "Definitely not. We have over 125 million Nigerians that are technically poor. To what extent can this cushion the effects of this economic hardship?" Speaking on ways by which the President can mitigate the effect of subsidy removal, the NLC official asked for minimum wage review of 300% to all workers, granting licenses to individuals for modular refineries to refine petrol locally, granting economic stimulus loan to SMEs at 15% rate. He added, the government should provide social benefits for aged and unemployed youths, agric loans to farmers and youths through the agric bank and community banks at single-digit rates, provide alternative energy supply such as massive investment in solar power and compressed natural gas to motorists, fix the refineries, reverse the privatization of electricity back to the state due to poor performance, execute metro rail line projects in all state capitals and reduction of school fees for students of tertiary institutions. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Speaking with The Punch, the Director General of the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Olushola Obadimo, welcomed the idea of palliatives for the poor, but he questioned how the 500 billion naira for the palliative measures will be spent. According to him, the chamber will refrain from making further comments on the matter until clarification is given on how the fund will be utilized. He said, "The idea in principle is good. Of course, people expect some relief. It is in the statement that we issued. We said it clearly that palliatives will be a good idea. We argued for it, but talking about a specific figure is something we can't do when we don't know the scope. The concept is fine, but we need more information about the scope." On his part, the Deputy President of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Gabriel Idahosa, while commending the move, said the fund will be insufficient to cushion the impact of the subsidy removal and the devaluation of the naira. He further stated that the media and other interest groups must sustain the advocacy to ensure that the palliative measures are extended to the public and private sectors. Idahosa said, "Whatever the president implements will not be sufficient to wipe out the impact of the two policies, subsidy removal and floating of the currency. So it is going to be a partial effort to reduce, not eliminate the effect of those policies. There is a basis to complain if the details come out and only the public sector gets the benefit from it. Then everybody in the private sector has a reason to complain. We have to wait and see how the first set of palliatives will be designed. Then we can complain legitimately if the private sector is not involved." The president of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, Mr. Laoye Jayeola, said his group supported the palliative measure, but stressed that it should be extended to those who really needed it. He stated, "The clarity is that all of us are saying we must have palliative for people affected. So if you are asking for palliative and the president cannot spend 1 naira without approval, so where can he get it if he doesn't borrow it? Everyone said there must be palliative for the subsidy removal, and the palliative means that government must address the shock of the people." That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Bye.